Did you ever imagine that Johnny Depp, the man who gave us some of the wildest, most unforgettable characters in Hollywood, would one day find his peace, in something as quiet and personal as painting? Yeah. Neither did I. And honestly, I don't think even Johnny saw it coming. It almost feels strange to even say it out loud. This is the same man we've watched for decades lighting up the screen, commanding the room, living a life so full of chaos and headlines and noise. From Jack Sparrow to Edward Scissorhands, from courtrooms to red carpets, Johnny's always been larger than life. The kind of guy you expect to see running at full speed, never slowing down. Always moving. Always in the middle of something. But now it seems like he's finally, found a moment of quiet. And it all started with a canvas. A little while ago, Johnny surprised everyone when he unveiled a collection of deeply emotional self-portraits. And I mean emotional. These weren't the kind of glossy, polished celebrity pieces you sometimes see in charity auctions. No, these were raw. Honest. Some of them even uncomfortable to look at, because they felt so deeply personal. And maybe that's why they hit so hard. Fans were stunned. Critics didn't even know what to say at first. People who followed Johnny his entire career said these portraits gave them a glimpse of a man they'd never really seen before. A man who'd clearly been through a lot, and was finally showing it. And here's the thing. Johnny admitted it himself. He said those portraits made him stop and really look at himself for the first time in years. And what he saw shook him. He didn't even recognize the person staring back at him. And you know what? That moment, right there, changed everything. It's funny, isn't it? How sometimes, it just takes a mirror. Or in his case, a canvas. One honest look. One quiet moment. And suddenly, you can't keep running from yourself anymore. That was Johnny's wake-up call. Because after those portraits debuted, he didn't just go back to business as usual. No. He made some big, deliberate changes to his life. Changes that, honestly, feel like a completely new chapter for him. And changes that a lot of us could probably stand to make ourselves. For starters, he stopped running. And when you really think about it, Johnny's entire life has been a sprint. His career took off when he was just a kid. He went from TV heartthrob to indie darling to box office superstar so fast, he barely had time to breathe. And all along the way, there were parties. There were relationships. There were scandals. Headlines. Court cases. Breakups. Makeups. He was always in the middle of something. Always moving. Always surrounded by noise. But those paintings, they made him stop in his tracks. He said he realized he'd been running from himself for years, maybe even decades. And for what? To keep the cameras happy. To keep up appearances. He didn't even know anymore. And that scared him. So he made the choice to just stop. He started staying home more. Spending more time in his own space. Slowing down. Learning how to be still. And believe it or not, he started waking up early just to paint. Yeah. Johnny Depp. Waking up at dawn. Pouring himself a cup of coffee and quietly working on a canvas while the sun comes up. Can you even picture it? The same guy we're so used to seeing on stage with a guitar or staggering through a movie scene as Jack Sparrow is now quietly painting alone at sunrise. But that's his new favorite ritual. He swears it's changed how he feels about everything. Because there's something about those early hours, isn't there? That quiet. That stillness. That feeling of being present in your own life before the world wakes up. Johnny says that's when he feels most like himself. He also became way more selective about what he works on. See, Johnny used to say yes to everything. Every role, every collaboration, every opportunity, even the ones he didn't really care about. It was just easier that way. Keep moving. Keep working. Keep busy. But not anymore. Now, he only takes on projects that truly light him up inside. He says no to things that feel like noise. He says no to people and situations that drain him. And you can see it in his face. He looks happier now. Like the weight he was carrying for years has finally lifted. And that's not all. He started taking better care of himself. Nothing extreme. Nothing dramatic. No fad diets or 5 a.m. workouts. Just little things. The things that really matter. Eating better. Sleeping more. Cutting back on late nights. Friends have even noticed, he looks healthier. There's a glow about him now that wasn't there before. And it all started because he finally stopped to look at himself. Really look. And decide he deserved better. And you know what? Isn't that what we all wish we could do? Just pause. Reflect. And decide we're worth taking care of. Here's the thing, though. You don't have to be Johnny Depp to make a big lifestyle change. You don't need to have self-portraits hanging in a gallery to get your wake-up call. You can do it right now. One of the biggest lessons Johnny's story teaches us is how powerful reflection can be. So start there. Take a real look at yourself. Not just the outside, but inside too. Maybe even create something. Write. Paint. Journal. Anything that lets you put your feelings out where you can see them. In fact, a lot of therapists recommend this exact thing. Creative expression, even just doodling or scribbling your thoughts, can help you process emotions you didn't even know were there. And when you see yourself clearly, you're more likely to change the things that aren't working. And here's another thing. Don't try to change everything overnight. You don't need a huge, dramatic overhaul. Do it the way Johnny did, small steps. Little wins. Wake up just a bit earlier. Eat something a little healthier. Say yes to projects or people that excite you, and no to the ones that drain you. And if you're a creative person, protect that creative time like it's sacred. Johnny reportedly turns his phone off completely when he's painting. No interruptions. No notifications. Just him and his thoughts. That image alone is powerful, isn't it? In a world where we're constantly glued to our screens, where every few seconds a notification buzzes, where silence almost feels uncomfortable, Johnny makes the deliberate choice to shut it all out. He doesn't just put it on silent. He turns it off. Completely. And in that moment, it's just him, the canvas, the colors, and whatever's inside his mind waiting to come out. That takes discipline. That takes a level of self-respect that many of us forget to practice. Think about how often you try to focus on something, anything, and then your phone lights up. A message. An email. A random app notification that really doesn't matter but somehow steals your attention anyway. Before you know it, the moment is gone. The thought you had disappears. The quiet you needed is filled with noise again. But Johnny? He protects his quiet. He protects his creativity. And it's not just about painting. It's about giving himself permission to fully be present with his own thoughts, to hear what's going on inside him without the constant chatter of the outside world. And if he can do it, you can too. Maybe you're thinking, well, that's easy for him, he's Johnny Depp. He can afford to. But here's the thing. It's not about money. It's about intention. Anyone can choose to turn their phone off for 30 minutes. Anyone can choose to give themselves that pocket of peace in the day. You don't need a studio or a gallery to make it meaningful. You just need to care enough about yourself to take that time. And here's something else worth remembering. You don't have to be an artist to benefit from this kind of ritual. Having just one quiet, healthy ritual to ground your day can change everything. It can shift the way you feel about yourself. It can calm your mind, refocus your energy, and even improve your relationships, because when you show up for yourself, you show up better for everyone else too. For Johnny, it's painting at dawn. There's something poetic about that, isn't there? Waking up before the rest of the world. Watching the light change as the sun comes up. Feeling like you're the only person awake, like you're stealing a moment that belongs just to you. For you, that ritual could be something completely different. Maybe it's sitting with a cup of coffee and just staring out the window. Maybe it's writing down your thoughts in a journal before the day begins. Maybe it's stretching or meditating or going for a walk around the block. It doesn't have to look like Johnny's ritual. It just has to feel like yours. Because what matters most isn't what you do, it's that you carve out that little bit of time to check in with yourself. To block out the noise. To just breathe. And once you start protecting that time, even just a few minutes a day, you'll be surprised how much calmer, more focused, and more alive you feel. So if Johnny can do it, why not you? For you, it could be a walk outside. Or making yourself a nice breakfast. Or journaling before bed. Or even just sitting in silence for 10 minutes with a cup of tea. Whatever helps you feel like you're in control of your own story again. And honestly, that's what this is all about. Taking control of your story. So now, I want to ask you something. If you could change one thing about your lifestyle starting today, just one, what would it be? Would you wake up earlier? Would you finally start eating better? Would you cut out a toxic habit or relationship? Would you finally give yourself permission to rest? Would you pick up that creative project you've been putting off? Whatever it is, you deserve it. Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear what you change. Who knows? Maybe your story will inspire someone else who's watching. And if you enjoyed hearing about Johnny's transformation, you're definitely going to love the next story we have for you, all about his exciting movie comeback. So make sure you check that one out right after this. And hey, if this video gave you even a little spark of motivation, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps more people see it. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Because if Johnny's story has taught us anything, it's this. It's never too late to see yourself differently. Oh, and before you go, here's a fun little detail we didn't talk about earlier. Did you know that one of his self-portraits actually has a hidden word painted into the background? Yeah. One word, tucked away where most people don't even notice. Can you guess what it says? Stick around for our next video, where we'll reveal the secret behind that word, and what it really means to him. Thanks for watching, and remember, your next chapter can start anytime you're ready. Because even the wildest stories deserve a quiet, beautiful new beginning.